This is a quick tour of my Clockmaker's bench that I made from a student desk. So here you see the finished bench with 22 drawers. Woohoo! And here is the original bench, which I bought at a garage sale for 15 bucks. It turns out the 15 bucks didn't really matter. It cost me about $300 to build all the drawers and everything for this bench. So you can see here what I've done. In addition to taking every space for a drawer in the original and replacing that with 3, or in this case 4 drawers, I've added some height to the bench so that I can work at a comfortable height. I've added a catch tray also here. Whoop. So I'm going to be adding felt to that to make it a little better for catching stuff, but that's saved me already quite a few times. Other catch kind of related things, I put a trim around the bench and routed out a little pencil line here to keep things from rolling off, and that's already saved me a few times in just the little I've used this already. And I added a linoleum top for working, so you can see that. So that's the basic changes I did, and now I have room for everything I've got. One of the things I am planning on changing is I found that there was a lot of miscellaneous stuff that was just a little too large for the small drawers, the narrow height drawers. So what I'm planning on doing is taking a pair of these drawers, removing them and replacing them with a single drawer that's that tall. And that ought to take care of a lot of this junk down here. So continuing the tour, I've got labels now on all the drawers. So we have the pliers, got screwdrivers, mainspring and spring related things. I've got a couple of 3D printed spring winders, like for making helper springs and things. And I've got alarm clock winders and my mainspring clamps, some more wire material for springs, let down for an alarm clock, odds and ends, but all to do with mainspring kind of things. This is just random stuff. More random stuff. Sandpaper and polish in this drawer. And spare pendulum parts in this one. You can see I've been working on cuckoo clocks. Painting things, paints and paint brushes, and the color guide, which is invaluable. Woohoo! Especially since I'm sort of colorblind. And then random stuff here. A lot of cuckoo parts, stake set, some steel wool, just odds and ends that don't go anywhere else, that don't fit anywhere else. Tweezers, an anvil, and a vise, and some oiler stuff. General sort of paper related things. Empty. So stuff for taking stuff apart and putting it back together. Stuff for filing and removing material. I've got a couple of pin vices here for that. I don't know what that, oh, those are files. Okay, and I've got some cutting broaches here. I just have a couple because I haven't learned how to bush pivot holes yet. Cleaning things, I've got the Glasgow brush that Matthew Reed suggested. Sanding sticks for polishing pivots. Toothpicks for pegging out holes. Brass brushes for tough materials on the case. Okay, clips and things. Tapered pins. Lots of clips. adhesives and some wax for the drawers. Empty, empty, lots of cuckoo clock parts. So I have repaired a couple of cuckoos. And then another sort of random stuff drawer. I've got my blowtorch there, let down stuff. And this is hardware for a cuckoo pendulum. And these things are really handy. I'm making a replacement cuckoo tongue for one that was broken. And these commercial hobby tongue depressors are perfect, the perfect width for that. So we'll see how that turns out. So that's the quick tour of the Clockmaker's Bench.